All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and we have a friend up here with us today that we haven't seen since he came on as the pie guy, and that's Chuck Mangino. And he, at that point, had pie down to where you could
forward or backwards.
Forward to backwards, any number.
1,346 numbers forward and backwards. I was ranked number 35 in the world ranking, and number 9 in the nation at that time.
Which is amazing.
Well, thank you.
Which is amazing.
A little bit after my TV show I shot here, I was on America's Got Talent, auditioned in Nashville. They saw what I could do. They had me in front of the camera 6 times in Nashville, put me ahead of the line, automatically put me on the show in Atlanta. I shot the TV show in Atlanta with Jerry Springer in 2008, season 3. And I didn't get the prop I wanted. I only got 100 numbers. I said, well, I got to have 1,000 numbers. I mean, that's like juggling with one ball, you know, instead of 6 balls. I said, I've got to have 1,000. They said, we can't do it this short a notice. So, yes, I got X'd. And, but I got my little 15 minutes of rock star in life.
Well,
so.
you know, and we bring that up to set the stage for the next deal here, to remind you how bright a man Chuck is. You've started working on, because of the devastation that's happening in our country with tornadoes, tearing things up. You know, you turned your insight and your mind toward thinking of a way that you might help prevent that.
Yes, I recently have 2 videos on YouTube that I've shot. I shot them at the Hands-On Science Center. The first one I made was just about an anniversary. I had 2 friends that were killed in 27th of April 2011 in Phil Campbell, Alabama. And 2 dear friends, and I helped them a lot for free in the gospel music industry, for free in their television show. And wouldn't take no money for it. I don't take no money for it. And they says, we got to pay you back. So they called me and they says, we're going to have your grandmother on our show for a whole hour. It's her favorite show in the her whole life. And it said, to show our gratitude, we're going to show you. And they did. They had my grandmother on there for a whole hour, and it was priceless. You can't put a price on that.
No.
But in 2011 in Phil Campbell, Alabama, they both got killed in that tornado. And in the 2 or 3 days later, I looked at the YouTube damage and so forth, and saw the Phil Campbell damage, and all my other families from Russellville, Alabama. I love it, and it's just devastating. As far as you could see, it was nothing. So I was in a tornado in 1998 with my daughter and 2 of her friends coming back from Alabama, and then from 1998 to December 2006. I always, every day, for just a thought, I thought, how would I stop one if I had to stop one? My mind every day, you know. I'd had something in 1968 when I was in the 5th grade, when I was 10 years old at Bel Air. Start of a science class. They said, any questions before we start studying tornadoes today? And it's like, have they ever thought about stopping one? Because at that time, they were just starting to understand them.
Right.
You know, 1968, I was only 10. So the hour goes by, and I raise my hand, and it's like, I've got a solution. What if you put an airliner like a TWA or Pan Am or something like that, and put oven eyes all on one side, and fly it before the tornado forms, and prevent it from happening? Well, everybody laughed and everything. I mean, nobody understood me. I mean, since I was 4, nobody understood the questions or anything I was asking or saying. But they call it computational fluid dynamics now. They call it quantum physics now. They call it chaos theory of mathematics. You know, just how many drops are in the swimming pool, you know, type thing. But anyway, nobody understood me. Well, they do now. The pie thing really kind of brought it out, because it's like, wow, look what this guy, and I don't even try. When I do that, I don't try. I just kind of do it, you know. I always have. But anyway, in December 2006, I came up, I was sitting drinking some hot chocolate. I just got through telling the story of being in the tornado in '98, surviving it. And what had happened, after telling that in detail, I was drinking some hot chocolate. There was a little marshmallow in there, and then I was throwing it around. And it reminded me of a refrigerator box that was flying around about 40, 50 feet up in the air until it got caught up in a tree.
Right.
And there's just certain little significant things you should remember about that. And I just had I call it a Chucky moment. And I thought, I heated this hot chocolate up, this coffee, hot chocolate with this marshmallow, with a microwave, which has got a magnetron in it. What if I could prevent, based on my solution. Yeah, stove eye. And the funny thing about that, I'll say real quick, was I drew a picture of it, and I had an extension cord that was 10 or 20 mile, 10 or 20 mile, because I had no concept of a power coming from the, because you had to have power. I knew that. But anyway, so it hit me right there. That was sitting on that bench with that hot chocolate is when it hit me. You know, I had a Chucky moment. I thought, I controlled this. I heated this up. That little vortex of steam coming out of that hot chocolate and that marshmallow going back. I'm controlling it now. And that's when I had a flashback to 1968. So I started studying masers, not lasers, but masers, magnetrons, cloud structure, and really went in depth. Think of the show, the movie A Beautiful Mind. I had stuff all over the walls, calculations, patterns. I'm really big into patterns. I actually came up with 6 different patterns to manipulate the cloud structure before it touches down. So anyway, about June of 2010, I just took everything down because nobody was listening, and there was no passion then. There was no real reason to pursue it. To make a long story short, my friends got killed in 2011, and that's when I made the first video, the one that's on there now, that year, a year later. I made it like the 7th of April, 2012, started the Stopping a Tornado Initiative by myself. And, but that was also on the Day of No Hope. If you look at Christianity and the Easter, when I made that video, that was the Day of No Hope, is when I made it. So everything is significant. I do everything for a reason. So anyway, what happened, so I made that video, and of course I get plus and minuses from it. But
from who?
From all kinds of people.
Other scientists?
Yeah, I'm receptive. At first, when I talk to an engineer or scientist, at first they're going to say it's impossible, and I know that. But after 45 minutes of listening to the video, my brother's getting the same thing. He helped co-found a business years ago called Avtech, and it dealt with computational fluid dynamics for jet engines. Very, very high-tech, very way ahead of its time. Unbelievable. And he's asked a lot of people that he knows in that field, and they says that one day it can be possible. This can happen. Now, not now, but one day, because your Moore's Law is getting more and more, computer is more advanced, technology is advanced. I see the next generation of having a group of elite, intelligent, passionate type students, like the STEM programs they have now, the science, technology, engineering, and they don't have to be storm chasers. They can pursue this on their computer or on paper or whatever, brainstorming or whatever, and say, okay, guys, we're going to take Chuck's challenge. This is going to be a whole new mentality. You know, when I was young, nobody run 4-minute mile, couldn't dunk a basketball. Now everybody's doing it. Break that out of the box. That's what I'm famous for. That out of the box thinking is challenge it. Go into it. Okay, say, okay, we're going to do this here. It's just like in the video. The first, I have 2 videos. One is stopping a tornado, and that's preventing it from hitting the ground, the funnel from coming down and actually touching down and becoming a tornado. The second one is to stop one when it's on the ground. If it's already on the ground, I have come up in my way, my electrician, I'm just a simple electrician, 1976 graduate at Tullahoma High School, that's all I am. I took a class at Motlow, Introduction to Engineering, 1 class of engineering class, and just absorbed it. It just made such a big difference there at Motlow. But anyway, take the challenge.
Yeah.
Say, hey, look, okay, this is what we're going to do. You know, we're going to face this. We're going to break it down into mathematical models. We're going to study the effect of masers, the waveguides coming out. There's 747s and jets have got radar antennas. They even had a space shuttle on 747, so you can strap a maser on there.
Sure.
And think of when I say maser, think of your microwave oven heating up a cup of hot chocolate or water, you know. But I broke everything down into in the video where it's real super basic. I don't go into no super details. I don't go into no calculations. I don't, you know, cloud structure, nothing. It's just very, very basic. It's 10 minutes long. I shot it at a Hands-On Science Center. That's where I got my first start on TV, when I was doing the reciting the numbers of pi, which again, I'm grateful for that also. And then I shot both videos there. But this is a challenge, you know, I'm stating today. It's like, you know, I believe God gives us intelligence to do things. He does not want us to be weak. He does not want us to be dumb. This is my personal Southern Baptist, you know, belief. He wants us to be strong. He wants us, you know, to stand up to adversity, to oppression. And I know.
And tornadoes.
And tornadoes, yeah. And
which he sent down here. So.
Yeah, after seeing the Oklahoma devastation, I took off the whole week of last week and made phone calls. I finally got something into Tennessee, and you know, y'all called me, and I greatly appreciate having this time. And it's just making a difference. It's like now, let's turn this thing around. This, you know, it's just this is technology. You know, 21st century technology. Moore's law. I
still like the stove eyes on the side of the porch.
Yeah, the extension cord.
I'll have that in my mind from now.
And there was a couple of students that laughed, and I said, well, what's so funny about the extension cord? They says, well, it's 10 miles long. I said, well, you got to have power to it. I had no
Mangino,
concept.
folks. One of the smartest guys I've ever been around.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for spending time with us.
Thank you for the opportunity.
And, you know,
I appreciate it.
I hope you continue to pursue this and stop the death and destruction.
That's my objective.
There you go.
That's
Folks, we'll be back right after these messages.